Good morning, you guys. It is early. I think I learned my lesson from yesterday. I was out here. It was hot. So now I'm gonna try to get out to the garden when it's early. It's nice and cool this morning. I have on long sleeves. But today, let me turn you guys around so you can see the joy of it. Tomatoes looking good. We got trellises up. Let's see what happened. Arch here, planted with some beans and cucumbers. This one we need to clean around, put some melons on, and I think I'm gonna extend this to be 2 panels wide. Probably move that one over next to here. But yes, I'm excited. These tomatoes are still looking pretty good. I gotta put the peppers over here still. But today, I am gonna be working on that little bed with the covers over them. Got some eucalyptus that I need to pot. I'm gonna put those in a big giant pot. Let's see the tomatoes. All right, let me get over to the other little bed. All right, here we are. I've been on the end right there has another baby tree. These are turnip greens, and all in all, they look pretty good. I need to get some water under here because it's dry. This row right here, that's all weeds. A couple baby trees. That was started out to be the purple sprouting broccoli. So that spot is empty. And then we have, I think, a couple cabbage down here that's looking pretty good. And then we'll take a look after I get this spot weeded and covered back up. We'll uncover the other row and take a look at what's going on up under there. Go ahead and cover that back up in the meantime, but I'm gonna go out and get some beet seeds and try those again, because like I said, they failed up front, so I'll try them up over here. And now that I know that I can't not just cover those and leave them, pay a little bit more attention to this area, I think they should do good. One thing that, you guys up just a little bit so you can see this tree that I'm up under, that these rows are underneath, are like I said, nut trees. They drop nuts. They're hickory nuts. They're relatives of pecans and walnuts. They are all over this yard. And one disappointing and aggravating thing about that is, yes, I'm gonna get some shade for these fall or cool weather plants. So I think it's a good spot for them here. And the same thing goes over in my main garden. The reason why I started adding to the soil and building up, and I stopped digging and tilling into the earth over there. Eventually, I want that space to be all raised beds, is because nut trees like these, black walnuts are the worst, but these hickory nuts and pecans are also the same. They leach a chemical into the earth around them to prevent other stuff from growing. So these rows over here with the covers over them, when I first created this little garden bed, we just scraped the surface of the dirt to get the grass up, because this was just regular lawn like out here. My claws. And so we scraped the grass up, put down old paper bags, grocery bags, wet it, and then I piled compost and dirt on top of that to create these mounds. That way I'm planting in fresh dirt that doesn't have the chemical from the roots of these trees in it. It's even in the leaves, so leaf mulch is really good for gardens. Pile leaves up, let them mulch down. A lot of times that creates leaf mold, which feeds the earth or feeds the soil, and which feeds your plants. But we can't use the leaves from these trees because of that. Anything, it would have to be composted down completely in order to use it. To get rid of that, I have to look at the name of that chemical that the nut trees create. So the same thing, like I said, goes for the main garden area. I stopped digging into the earth, raked all of the leaves out of it. If I see any nuts that fell, I try to pull those up, throw them out, and keep adding compost and garden soil on top of the native soil, because our native soil is poisoned basically with all of these trees around. The information that I found said within 80 feet. We have a couple acres, and they're nowhere on this property can you be 80 feet without being at least 20 feet from one of these nut trees. They're everywhere. We have wooded property, and most of the woods are comprised of two things. A few pine trees dotted about. You can see a couple pine trees right here with the azaleas around it, and these nut trees. That one's just right there, close to the house, and there's one that I'm sitting directly underneath, and just right in front of me. It's probably 20 within the wooded areas right in front of me. They're everywhere on this property. So the best thing for us to get away from them and have a productive garden is to build up, tilling and using the native soil doesn't work out for us. So we're trying this, and hopefully it'll work out. But I'm gonna go in and get those beet seeds. Okay, I thought I was recording earlier, but I didn't. I put the beets in, and first using my little hole, dug out a trench rather, and put in this Kellogg's garden soil, because this soil over here is so dry. I don't know if it's only because I didn't water it in so long, or maybe because I didn't water it in so long, the water it's having a hard time absorbing the water. It's just rolling right off. Now this stuff is super wet, and it's gonna add some organic matter to this soil to help it absorb water. So I did some of the beets. I need to, down on the very end, I put in, first, after the Kellogg's garden soil, before I put down the garden soil. After I dug out the little trench, I sprinkled in some of this. Then the garden soil, and then I planted the seeds into it. I'm gonna finish the row out with the golden beets, and next the golden beets come in this way back towards us. We have the bull's blood. I'm not going to tag this. I'm recording this just so that I can remember the albino and this. I don't know how to pronounce that one. All right, and then in the row with the tatsoi, in between where the tatsoi is going, I'm gonna put in a couple seeds for bok choy. Okay, that's it, you guys. Thank you again for following along. Bye.